Hey gang, this is Terry with Toxic Nados. Hey, sorry I've been absent a little bit from YouTube. Been kind of actually lazy, so my bad for not being online in a while. So today I have a new watch in. This is the Tockr No Name it's called. The reason why it's called a No Name is because the owner of the company has not figured out a name for it. So currently they're running a contest on a blog to watch that ends tomorrow, and whoever comes up with a name that is picked, they will win one of these watches. I think it will come with a leather strap and a silicone strap. I'm not exactly sure on that. But sweet watch. I actually like calling it the No Name. So currently these watches go for $950 until June the 15th. After June the 15th, they'll go up to $1,200. And the way I was told is that in mid-June, they'll start delivering these watches also. This watch has 50 meters water resistance, but it does not have a screw-down crown, which, in all honesty, isn't that big of a deal, but some people freak out about that. It comes with a ETA 2834-A6. It's basically same as a 2824. If anything, it's a little bit of an upgrade. 42-hour reserve on the movement. 316L stainless steel, sapphire crystal, C3 lume, which means that, well, the markers are smaller on this watch than, say, a Seiko diver. So the lume will not keep you up all night, but it will shine all night. They do a really good job on their lume work. These watches are made in Switzerland. I know most people say Switzerland, whatever, that doesn't mean anything. No, they're actually made in Switzerland. No BS on that. So they say this watch is 42 millimeters. It's actually 42.5. What's cool about this watch, I wasn't sure at first when they told me about this design, is it's actually a lugless design. What does that mean, you're asking? Look right here. These lugs do not connect to the strap. The strap actually notches into the case. And these are like, I guess you can call them fake lugs. But it gives it a lugless look. I mean, a lug look to the watch, but it is not lugged. So if they were to put the lug holes on these lugs, or fake lugs, you wouldn't be able to get a strap in there. So with this design, you're actually able to put the strap into the watch case itself. And what does this do in turn, you're asking? Well, it's kind of like the Seiko Tuna. The watch wears a lot smaller than other watches of this size. So at 42.5, most watches will be pretty big watch. But when it's 42.5 lug to lug, it's not a big watch at all. So there you go, 42.5. And this watch is 13.26 millimeters tall. So here's my thoughts on this watch. I love it. I didn't think I would. I thought it might be a little bit too nice for me, or a little bit kind of fashionable, especially with this airplane right here on the second hand. So the airplane you really don't notice until you really look at it, but it sticks out enough that you can read the time quite well and really fast. Another thing, I haven't talked to the owner about the company to ask about this, but I think the case sides were actually designed to mimic a plane wing if you looked at a plane sideways. I might be making that up, but that's my theory. Crown has a spiral finish on it, pretty nice. An engine is on the back, a radial engine. Looks like serial numbers, specs on the sides. I don't know if I can really zoom in on this dial too well, but there's also the 60 mark at the top that's in red. Just really a cool watch. So let's do some comparisons, because most people are going to go by specs and they're not really sure how the watch would look compared to other ones. So let's compare it to the Seiko Turtle, which is a fan favorite. Guys have gone crazy over this watch. So can you look at the lugs on the SRP? So let's take a measurement of the Turtle lugs. Lug to lug, it's 47.2. See how much difference there is right there from 42.5? So let's check a 40 millimeter Rolex Air King. Lug to lug, 48.4, maybe 48.5. Crazy the difference right there. So let's go by height. $13.2 on the Seiko Turtle. 13.19. Oh, yeah, 1.7 on the No Name. And the Air King's actually thicker than you think. Well, actually, I lied. It's 13.04. Oh, let's check out the SKX next to it. The SKX is 46.5 lug to lug. So how does that translate to the wrist? Well, it translates to a watch that actually disappears on the wrist. Yes, it's got some weight to it. I should have waited before the video. I didn't even think about that. It is not more than the Seiko Turtle. The watch actually comes with a leather strap, and I think also a silicone strap. Quick release spring bars on all of them. I'm not a huge fan of quick release spring bars, but the company loves them, and they like the versatility of changing straps really fast, and that's what matters, is that they like it. Oh, I was going to explain something to you about this watch also. So I'm a very curious dude, so I took this watch apart. No, I'm not a watchmaker, so I had my watchmaker do it. He took it apart, and the design of this watch is really cool on the inside. So most watches have two little clamps, or maybe three, on each side of the movement, and that's what holds it into a watch. On this watch, it actually has a metal plate, I assume it's 316L, that the actual movement is bolted to it, and it goes through the metal plate into the dial, the back of the dial. And what that does is this actual case on the inside is actually squared off also, and that plate sits into the case perfectly. Super tight clearances on it, or tight tolerances, so that when the movement's installed in this watch, I believe it could take any abuse you throw at it. Actually, it's one of the best designs I've ever seen. Most watches have either a metal ring or a plastic ring, or just those movement holder clamps like I was talking about. But this one actually uses a metal plate as the holder. Man, they got to have really crazy tolerances when they're machining this, because if it's off by 1/8 of a millimeter, I'm sure the hands won't, the stem won't line up correctly and just cause all kinds of issues. But either way, Tockr, thank you for sending me the watch to check out. Gang, if you have any questions, please hit me up on Instagram or YouTube, and leave any comments you have below, and please subscribe. Have a good one.